you. Just because it was stubborn doesn't mean your future has to be the same. Hello and welcome to Richer Readers. I am Praveen Agarwal and I will be discussing the first chapter of the memoir Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Childhood has a way of deeply engraving your future. The opening chapter shows how outer appearance can be deceptive. The author remembers his father as a master of deceit, whereas society saw them as a happy family, but only they knew the hell they were going through. David was a poster child of a trace youth. He did not grow up in a conducive environment. His father, Trunis, was the owner of Buffalo's first roller skating rinks and a bar. He made his children perform tedious and unhealthy jobs regardless of their age. The brothers and their mother worked all day and night at the rink, cleaning the dirty washrooms, floors, and kitchen, but weren't given a penny for their sweat. They were sleep deprived and it majorly affected their education. Trunis reduced them to their servants and physically abused them. It was common for him to senselessly beat David naked. He went through unimaginable psychological trauma. It was arduous for him to hide the bruises in public. The hate for his father was so strong that it took away the fear of the devil from him. Things turned bad when one night Trunis was beating Jackie mercilessly. She was bleeding and this set David off. He tried to fight with him but ended up with bruises himself. The family knew they could not escape him. Jackie has had enough of Trunis' violent behavior. One day she gathered courage and planned her escape with her friend's support and left him. She and the two brothers stayed with her grandparents in Indiana for the next 6 months and then shifted to a 2-bedroomed house. Trunis Jr. could not adjust in the new environment and after a few months he returned to his father's place. David was enrolled in a school there but he could barely read. With the help of sister Katherine, 2nd grade passed smoothly, but unfortunately, the teacher in the 3rd grade was impatient with him and labeled him as a special student. He had to start therapy sessions in order to continue school, but it was of no help to him. He had developed social anxiety, stutter problems, and toxic stress. He was diagnosed with ADHD and got white splotches all over his dark skin. He was the only black child and was coupled with daily humiliation of being the dumbest. He cheated his way through school to gain marks which helped him avoid psychiatrist. He had started believing himself to be a failure. He had learned to not trust a smile or judge a scowl because his dad smiled a hell lot and gave him belt scars, but the grumpy teacher, Sister Katherine, cared about him and forced him to be his very best. He might not have had a good childhood experience, but he did not let that define him. This brings us to the end of the video. Thank you.